This week on KUJH, you no longer have to wear masks on public transportation after a court ruling struck down the mandate.
I'm Johan Marion, and this week on KUJH, find out how the Red Cross is recovering from blood shortages.
And see and hear from fans and staff about the game day experience at Kauffman Stadium.
Live from the studio in Stauffer Flint at the University of Kansas, you're watching KUJH News.
Welcome to KUJH. I'm Elise Noe.
And I'm Mackenzie Laporte.
Masks are now optional to wear on KU buses and Lawrence Public Transit.
While the CDC continues to recommend that people wear masks indoor public transportation settings, KU is no longer requiring students and faculty to do so.
This decision comes after a federal court ruled earlier this week that the CDC overstepped its authority in creating a mask mandate for public transportation.
The Biden administration announced last night that if the CDC wished to extend the mandate, it would appeal the ruling to a higher court.
Kansas now joins a growing list of states banning sanctuary cities. Governor Kelly signed the bill on Monday, leaving many immigration activists upset. Over the past 2 years, immigration activists in Lawrence have worked directly with city staff members to refine the local ordinance, ensuring the protection of community members regardless of their citizenship status. City commissioners unanimously approved this ordinance in the fall of 2020.
It's not a pleasant law. I was disappointed to see that it was even proposed, and then I guess the governor signed it only because she felt like it was veto proof. They were gonna override her veto anyway on it, but it's concerning.
Now that the ordinance in Lawrence is nullified, immigration activists wait in anticipation to see how the city and police chief will adapt to the new law.
An event took place on Monday to support the KU for Ukraine Fund. The fund was set up by the KU Department of Slavic and Eurasian Languages and Literatures, KU International Affairs, and the KU Center for Russian, East European, and Eurasian Studies. Reporter Sarah McDonough is live just off of Mass Street. Sarah, what else can you tell us about the event?
Thanks, Mackenzie. Many KU community members gathered here at the Sully's Monday and raised just over $14,000 for the KU for Ukraine Fund. I was here at the event Monday and learned what that fund means to a KU professor and to Ukrainian students here and abroad.
From the sounds of music to reciting Ukrainian poems and sharing personal Ukrainian wartime stories, the KU community came together in support of the KU for Ukraine Fund. Alexandra Wallow, an associate professor in the Department for Slavic and Eurasian Languages and Literatures, is from Ukraine.
It's very important because I myself am Ukrainian, I have family in Ukraine, and my profession is to educate people about Ukraine and train them in the Ukrainian language. It's been heartbreaking, devastating to see what is happening in Ukraine.
The goal of the fund is to provide support for KU Ukrainian students and to allow KU to host Ukrainian students and scholars.
And it means a lot to see that there is support and help and warmth on the other side of the world who are wanting to help and contribute to make even a small difference to someone who could have a year at KU away from wartime.
And as the event came to a close, it left off with one important message.
Nobody is going to break us. We are strong. We are Ukrainians.
For more information on the fund, head on over to launchku.org. Reporting live for KUJH News, I'm Sarah McDonough.
Thanks, Sarah. A spokesperson from KU Endowment announced that once the fund hits $20,000, a donor will match that for a total of $40,000.
Blood donations are higher since the start of the pandemic, relieving hospitals in Lawrence and across the United States. Johan Marion tells us what caused blood shortages and how they are changing.
The American Red Cross blood donor numbers are starting to increase after a drop at the start of the pandemic. Red Cross account manager Susan Failer describes the blood shortage numbers as a severe decline.
A lot of different reasons. One, coming out of the holidays, a lot of people don't donate during the holidays. Then COVID, and people are working from home. Maybe they can't get away. And even those that are at work can't always get away. And then there was also a lot of the flu going around.
A lot of those different reasons led hospitals to be in a state of uncertainty.
The hospitals and doctors had halted a lot of blood transfusions.
Because of the blood shortage, many surgeries were delayed, one of those surgeries being elective surgeries. But with more blood donors, that's starting to change. Failer says these type of surgeries can range from simple procedures to more serious procedures.
Elective surgeries are just that. People are wanting to have them, maybe to have better knees, a knee replacement or a hip surgeries or something like that, where they might need blood.
Christine Moore, a resident of Lawrence and a nurse, sees the importance of donating blood.
Seeing how one person, one emergency, we can use 25 units of blood in under 5 minutes.
Red Cross is hopeful that people who have been consistent in donating since the start of the pandemic until now will continue to donate. Reporting for KUJH, I'm Johan Marin.
Thank you, Johan. Red Cross is still advising people to continue donating blood despite the number of blood donations. If you're interested in donating blood, go to redcross.org to find a local blood drive.
Now we're sending it over to Lily, who's live at the Kansas Union's Gallery's newest art show. Lily, can you tell us more about this art exhibit?
Yeah, Mackenzie and Elise, I am here where the Office of Multicultural Affairs is putting on an art show in collaboration with KU Sexual Assault Awareness Month. Let's take a look at some of these art pieces showcasing sex positivity.
Victoria Garcia Unzueta, a KU junior, is the sole artist of OMA's art show. Their portrait photography series showcases non-binary people in their life and a few self-portraits.
And I know, at least in a queer atmosphere, sex positivity is like a very interesting thing to explore, just because we're always often taboo subject, often kind of ostracized from society in general. So this was kind of like my opportunity to showcase the beauty that can be queer self-expression.
The Office of Multicultural Affairs wanted to give minorities an opportunity to feel heard and included when talking about sex positivity.
Let's center voices who are not usually centered in these conversations is what I want from this show.
The show came just in time for Sexual Assault Awareness Month, which is a national campaign and annually hosted at KU by KU's Sexual Assault Prevention and Education Center, known as SAPEC. OMA brought the idea to SAPEC, and SAPEC happily agreed to include the art show in the Sexual Assault Awareness Month's events.
We have put a lot of thought into wanting there to be a lot of different ways for students to connect during this month.
Earlier this month, SAPEC placed flags in Watson Library's lawn to represent the number of students at KU who have been impacted by sexual assault. Looking forward, SAPEC is offering a sexual assault survivor yoga and meditation workshop for queer and trans students and an event at South Park's gazebo called Take Back the Night to gather and honor survivors.
The gallery is free and open during regular Kansas Union hours, and you can stop in between 5:30 and 7:30 p.m. this Thursday to meet Victoria and celebrate their artwork. I'm Lily O'Shea-Becker reporting live for KUJH News.
Thanks, Lily. I may have to stop by soon to check it all out.
Now let's send it over to Halen Wilhite, who will give us a glimpse as to what we can expect for weather this week.
Well, I can tell you, definitely going to be dealing with some more rain showers for this week, but for right now, we are dealing with those dreary and humid conditions out there. I know a lot of hair enthusiasts are having a little bit of that frizzy hair today. I myself am, and that's all because we have a lot of this moisture all with this system that's bringing quite a bit of showers and thunderstorms to the east of us, but we did get to see a couple of those showers late this morning, or at least early this morning, but so far we're staying dry at the moment and looking to stay dry for mostly this evening. Now, temperatures very comfortable out there. We've got 60s and getting into those 50s as well. We're currently at 62 degrees in Lawrence, Kansas, 63 in Topeka, 54 in Leavenworth, and 58 degrees in Kansas City. Winds are relatively light. We've got those southerly winds blowing between 10 to 15 miles per hour. especially going up to the north, a little bit more on the lighter side. But we are going to be expecting even warmer temperatures ahead for this week, but also too going to have to be talking about the possibility of some strong to severe thunderstorms tomorrow, and also to continuing to see those showers and storms continuing all the way into the weekend. But I'll have more details about what to expect with tomorrow's system coming up later in the forecast.
Thanks, Halen. KU International Affairs hosted an exciting annual event yesterday.
The International Jayhawk Festival educates students on some of the international communities here on campus. Anna Dennison was there to see what the buzz was all about.
KU hosted its 6th annual International Jayhawk Festival at the Burge Union on Tuesday. The festival is put on by KU International Affairs and is meant to educate students on some of the international programming as well as study abroad opportunities. While it was mostly centered on international cultures, all students were welcome to partake in the event.
I think really what we're trying to do is just bring together the KU international community and kind of like celebrate that community, provide people with just kind of an opportunity to explore all of the different cultures that are represented here at KU.
This event was an opportunity for Jayhawks to celebrate the diverse global community here at KU. With over 20 campus sponsors, the festivities behind me included live music, activities that highlight different cultures, food, and some free merch.
Tables featured games, candy, and informational pamphlets for students to take.
Just kind of came out today to just see what it was all about. I didn't really know what to expect, but it's actually really fun. I've already got to talk to a lot of different people with like different organizations at KU and just learn a lot about things that I just haven't been exposed to at all.
The festival was a crowd favorite, and the International Affairs Office is already planning for next year.
It's wonderful to see KU celebrate diversity on campus.
For more information on the international programming, go to international.ku.edu.
Coming up after the break, the new Spencer Museum of Art curator aims to focus on diversity. How does she plan to make that happen? Find out after the break.
National champions deserve a clean campus. Don't wait for other Jayhawks to pick up your mess. Keep the University of Kansas clean.
Welcome back to KUJH. I'm excited to hear more about what's going on at the Spencer Museum.
Well, Mackenzie, the Spencer Art Museum is trying to put diverse voices at the forefront following vandalism to Indigenous artwork last semester. Reporter Alyssa Wingo spoke with the museum's new curator of public practice to find out how the museum plans to do so.
Spencer Art Museum's newly named Curator of Public Practice, Sydney Purcell, is hoping to increase awareness for the Native community in Lawrence after last year's KU Common art piece, Native Hosts, was vandalized by students.
I wasn't there when the Edgar Heap of Birds sign incident happened, but I'm glad that I can hopefully help facilitate new ways that we can engage the Indigenous population within Lawrence.
As a member of the Iowa tribe of Kansas and Nebraska herself, Purcell hopes to bring Indigenous voices directly into the conversation when curating artwork for the museum.
I hope that I'm able to bring some insight into my own personal identity, my own personal stories when I reach out to other Native peoples and community groups and get involved.
Purcell said she not only hopes to highlight Indigenous voices, but all other marginalized and minority voices as well. She is specifically focusing on selecting next year's Common art piece to go along with the next Common book titled Disability Visibility, a collection of essays written by disabled people.
For this book, we don't have the artwork picked out yet, but we don't have a lot of artwork by people with disabilities within our collection at all, so that's something that I've definitely noticed is lacking.
Purcell is hoping to get started on collecting that artwork as soon as possible as she begins her mission to bring diverse voices into the art here at KU.
Yeah, I'm just very excited to be in this position, and I hope I can
make some things happen. That's what I do.
Reporting for KUJH, I'm Alyssa Wingo.
As part of their efforts to expand representation, the Spencer Museum of Art will hold forums next year for marginalized and minority communities within Lawrence to give their input on artwork they would like to see displayed.
The KJHK Farmers Ball Finals were held last Friday at the Bottleneck in Lawrence. The Battle of the Bands was down to the final 4 bands competing for the first place prize of $2,000 and a studio time at the KJHK station. The competition was tough, but overall winner was Dog Complex. The alternative indie rock band took home the title of Farmers Ball champions.
But we were just really grateful and happy to it was our first time entering the contest at all, so it was really cool to win the whole thing, but even get as far as we did in the semifinals and just play with a bunch of other good bands. So we're gonna use the money that we won to record an EP with the songs that we played on Friday.
Farmers Ball has been held in person in 3 years.
KJHK was happy to experience the event in person again and thankful to everyone who came and supported local music.
2 KU students compete for a $15,000 astronaut scholarship. I got the chance to talk to one of those contestants.
The Astronaut Scholarship Foundation is a nonprofit organization that provides annually more than 50 scholarships to the brightest and most talented college students in STEM.
It's a scholarship that rewards excellence in the STEM field, so that's science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And in addition to excellence, also showing real potential to be a change agent in the profession in the future.
Ever since 2015, KU has been competing and nominating students for this award. Now we hear from Kate Townsend, one of the competitors.
I find it really cool. I really enjoy the research that I do, so to be recognized nationally that my research is both beneficial and meaningful, it kind of means a lot to me.
Yeah, Kate was really impressed his advisors and folks in the Office of Fellowships. He's also proven to be very resilient in his academic and professional journey and stood out amazingly.
Kate fell in love with KU as a 2nd grader after visiting the Natural History Museum.
I was really between KU or K-State, and I had always been a fan of KU. It just kind of felt right, and I didn't realize at the time how right that was until I actually stepped foot in a research lab and fell in love with it.
Kate plans to get a PhD in microbiology with dreams to one day lead his own research lab.
We will find out the scholarship winners in early May. Wishing both of our KU competitors the best of luck during this process.
Coming up after the break, Halen Wilhite is bringing the weather and the forecast for the rest of the week.
Stay with us.
From adversity, we rose. We made history and became pioneers, voyagers, champions, Jayhawks. And when our chant rises, haunting and hallowed, Jayhawks are telling the world what's near. Victory.
Welcome back. The weather is definitely humid today. I'm ready to find out what the rest of the week is going to look like.
Well, I'm really hoping for some warmer weather and clear skies this week. Let's send it over to Halen Wilhite. Halen, how long can we expect to experience this stormy weather?
Well, that humidity is not looking to leave us anytime soon, as we have a couple of storm systems that are actually going to be pushing through the region these next couple of days, although going to have a little break in between, but we'll get to that in just a second. But right now, it's pretty mild out there. It's overcast skies. We're enjoying those lower 60s in Lawrence at the moment, but you can clearly see where all this warmer air currently is. It's off to the south in parts of Wichita, and hey, 70s over there, all associated with this low pressure system that is going to be bringing quite a bit of some strong to severe thunderstorms thunderstorms to parts of southern Kansas and even in Oklahoma as well. But for us, we're still on that safe side for now. Going into tomorrow, a little different story. But here's what we've been working with for today. We've got this system that's been continuously bringing showers to the east of Missouri, but still dealing with those clouds starting to push out of the area. But we're looking to still continue to deal with those mostly cloudy skies, but can clearly see we're all that stable. See those little ripples of those clouds that indicate stable air. So that's what's really keeping us safe for the most part with those severe thunderstorms that want to stay to the south. But here's a look at radar right now. Again, very dry at the moment. All rain showers have pushed well off to the east, and we're looking to stay dry mostly for the rest of this evening. But temperatures are not going to falter too much. Still going to be enjoying those 60s and 50s for the next several hours, and only going to be expecting a low in those upper 40s for tonight with mostly cloudy skies. But of course, can't still rule out maybe seeing an isolated shower or thunderstorm trying to pop up, especially areas in extreme south of Kansas. But still going to be keeping a close eye on that. But definitely going to be seeing those winds shifting from 5 to 10 miles per hour from the northwest, but looking to stay dry mostly for tonight. Going into tomorrow, do have a little bit of some more weather to work with. So we got this little system that wants to kind of brew up. Going to watch for this warm front boundary that will be pushing up from the south, and that's why we'll see the possibility of these strong to severe thunderstorms. Can clearly here see just a couple of those pop-up thunderstorms. Again, some of these could be very quick and very strong, so definitely want to keep heads up for tomorrow. As here's today's outlook, still seeing that severe risk to the south, but of course going into tomorrow, see plenty of severe weather all in the parts of central and even in eastern parts of Kansas as well. Now goes for severe hazards, mostly going to be watching out for large hail and damaging winds. The tornado risk and flash flooding risk is still on that lower end, but of course still just keep up to date with the forecast as these storms will continue to push through tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening. But we are going to be expecting a high of at least 74 degrees. Those southeast winds picking up between 5 to 15 miles per hour and gusts up to 20 miles per hour. And as mentioned before, still going to be dealing with this continuous on and off showers for the next couple of days. Friday still looking to stay dry, but going into Saturday, maybe have to talk about another chance for some strong to severe thunderstorms with this next system that will be brewing off in the Rockies, pushing a strong cold front into our area, and that's why we'll see the possibility of these stronger storms, especially going into Friday and eventually going into Saturday. Saturday's still got a couple days out to wait to figure out, get more data model, and to figure out what the severe possibilities are. But certainly going to be keeping a close eye on that system. Definitely want to have that umbrella in hand and to keep up to date with the forecast. But still, tomorrow definitely our main risk for severe weather at the moment, but can't rule out for Saturday having a few possible strong to severe thunderstorms. But hey, Friday, Earth Day, 83 degrees will be our high. A little bit on the breezier side, but definitely a nice way to enjoy the Earth Day holiday. But of course, rain showers move back in for the weekend, and we'll enjoy those 60s and 70s and a little bit more drier weather going into next week. So I don't know how you feel about the little rain showers, but I do think I like the 80s. What do you think, guys?
I'm honestly glad that it is just starting to warm up.
Me too. Coming up after the break, stay tuned to find out the latest in the world of baseball.
You may not hear it at first, but it's there. Our chant, rising. On this summit, callings converge, voices unify into a chorus that sounds out for good, for greatness. Can you hear it?
Welcome back to KUJH. Now I'm ready to hear what's going on with sports.
Let's send it over to Sam Lance with baseball season fully underway. Sam?
KUJH Sports. Andrew Lind and Caroline Soro took a trip to Kauffman Stadium last night for the Royals game. Here's everything you need to know about the game day experience, plus some words from a Royals TV legend.
Hey guys, it's Andrew Lind and Caroline Soro. KUJH Sports on the road here at Kauffman Stadium. Royals Twins coming up soon. The Royals have lost 4 of their last 5. And both fans and the team are hoping for a big one tonight.
I love baseball. I play baseball, so I love the game. I love hanging out with people.
And even though it's just a little bit cloudy and kind of rainy here at the stadium tonight, there are still a ton of fans that showed up to the park because it is Bark in the Park night. So fans were able to bring their dogs to come out and support the team. And it was also Dollar Dog night, another reason for fans to come and watch the Royals play. So let's go ahead and head inside.
And And for a dad and son, nothing beats coming to the ballpark together, rain or shine.
There's nothing else that compares to it. There's nothing else. And people here in Kansas are so incredibly friendly.
For some, it's about taking in the whole ballpark experience from the stands, but for others, it's about working behind the scenes.
I got a lot of regular customers that know me from, whether it be the Chiefs or here, so yeah, it's a ball.
Food aside, the Royals dropped 4 of their last 6 games after starting 2-0 this year. And Fox Sports' Joel Goldberg says rookie Bobby Witt Jr. is the next star Royal.
Well, I think Bobby Witt Jr. is it. I mean, when you look at a guy like that, even the dogs are barking for him out here. It's bark at the park night. But he's 21, and he's got the potential talent to maybe one day be a Hall of Famer, an All-Star.
Although Salvador Perez proved otherwise, claiming the 14th multi-home run game of his career, as the Royals beat the Minnesota Twins 4-3.
The Royals are now on a 2-game winning streak and play their second game of the series against the Twins tonight at 7:10. While Salvador Perez has been a Royal star for years, a new star is emerging here in Lawrence. Reese Dunker is live at Hoagland Ballpark to tell us about Maui Ahuna's success this season. Reese?
Thanks, Sam. KU baseball moved to 16-20 on the year after a 16-5 rout of Texas Southern today. Maui Ahuna drove in 3 runs and leads KU in batting average and sits 8th in the nation in that stat. Nick Gillespie, founder of College Baseball Hub and a former college scout, says the traits that make Ahuna so successful are obvious.
He looked like a hard worker. He's over there playing, grinding it out. He's one of the first guys on the field. Work hard. That's how you get seen. It might not help you exactly with like pro ball at the time, but a lot of scouts talk to college coaches too.
Ahuna's success is going to be a big part of KU's run in the tournament this year, if it's the Big 12 tournament or if they sneak into the NCAA tournament. The Jayhawks next head to Norman, Oklahoma for a 3-game set with the Sooners. Reporting live from Hoagland Ballpark, this is Reese Dunker with KUJHNews. Back to you in the studio, Sam.
Thank you, Reese. Moving on to some Kansas basketball news, senior forward David McCormick announced yesterday via Instagram he will enter his name in the 2022 NBA Draft. McCormick has had quite the resume at KU, finishing top 50 all-time in scoring and top 25 in rebounding. McCormick won't be the only player to make an NBA or return to school decision. Christian Brown and Jalen Wilson are 2 others who will likely come out with similar messages soon. That wraps it up for our KUJH Sports Update. Now let's send it back to Mackenzie and Elise.
The campanile at KU features 53 bells that chime every 15 minutes. Now, who rings these bells? Reporter Gabe Layman has the answer.
The Memorial Carillon in Campanile is a symbol that characterizes the University of Kansas. What many students and alumni don't know is the performer behind the instrument. Associate Professor and University Carillonist Elizabeth Burgout is that performer ever since she took a tour of the bell tower in 1996.
Being able to provide a musical background to campus when I play the carillon. Not everyone listens and realizes that there's someone up there who's playing, but I'm part of the background, the soundscape on campus, and I love that.
Elizabeth believes that playing other instruments, especially those with the keyboard, are a great prerequisite for playing the carillon. She plays 5, including the bells in this beautiful tower, and she's always had a passion for music since she was a child.
Elizabeth's passion for music drove her to become an instructor. She's giving carillon lessons to 10 students along with teaching music theory classes and believes the best way to encourage students is to teach them songs that they find interesting.
She's one of the best professors I've had, ever. She's really gifted as an instructor. She has a way of finding strengths in her students and highlighting those, and then building off of those to make momentum in progress.
It takes a gifted instructor to bring the best out of a student, and Elizabeth Burgout does just that. This is Gabriel Lehman, reporting for KUJH.
Thanks, Gabe. You know, Elise, it's always interesting to see some of the behind the scenes for an iconic location on campus.
Yeah, Mackenzie, and I can't wait to finally walk through the campanile for graduation in just a few short weeks. Well, thank you for watching KUJH. Tune in next week at 4 p.m.
For more coverage, be sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and visit our website at tv.ku.edu.
Have a good evening.